I am awake, and there is much to do. With Niet by my side, I resume my rule of the Amenta dynasty. As the tomb world stir to life, my lords and overlords report in one by one and inform me of the situation in their territory. The galaxy teems with primitive life, it seems. At least some things survived the Great War. But let them go teem somewhere else. This is my territory. We slew gods to claim it, and we will exterminate these insects with extreme prejudice. But my resources are finite, and my forces are not completely mobilized. Not everyone is awake. Immediately beginning a war on all fronts seems unwise. So the negotiations start, and by the silent king they are dull. Each petty ruler appears before me on the screen, and despite their myriad color, shape, and size, only the orcs, the pitiful degenerations of our ancient Krork enemies, they keep things mercifully brief.
Get zogged, Bone Lady! This is your territory! Me! The one that's talking! Warboss Skraplootah! All's gonna pound you metal boys to scrap! And then loot ya!
Charming. The others are all brash and bluster. But they're all the same when they realize that the very spectre of oblivion looms over their pitiful heads.
This is Lord Commander Cassius Rutherford Hastings III. Speak your peace, Xeno scum.
You are infringing on the sovereign territory of the Amenta. I am Meryt-Neith, Pharaoh of this dynasty, and in my infinite benevolence and mercy, I will give you a chance to remove your species from the listed planets.
But these are all the planets in the Andronicus subsector.
Correct.
That subsector contains all of my territory and a major forge world.
That is not my concern. Remove yourselves, or be destroyed.
Impudent alien! The Hastings have held these planets for the past 500 years in the Emperor's name. We have an ancient claim, and we will not surrender it. You will feel the wrath of the million worlds of the Imperium. You will feel the God Emperor's vengeance.
You have a god. Fascinating. We haven't killed one of those for a long time.
Oh, you dare!
The Silent King comes, mortal. Older and greater than any god in this galaxy, and they tremble at his return. Remove yourselves, or be annihilated, body and soul. Niet and I grant you 3 of your standard weeks to evacuate.
Niet? Who is Niet?
My husband and Lord Consort.
You're female?
You have 1 week. And so it went, with all of the petty lords squatting on my dynastic lands. The dull negotiations continued. Some capitulated and either accepted our unquestioned rulership over their planets, or they fled with all they could carry with them, often leaving behind the poor and undesirable portions of their society. Others fought, if it could be called that. I picked and chose my battles carefully, making sure to bring overwhelming force against my enemies at each encounter. Most planets fell, their defenses too disorganized to match the might of my fleets. When the weak were weeded out, there were 3 main belligerents in my territory. Skraplootah and his mob of garbage-wielding barbarians. A united imperial force consisting of what they call guardsmen, a chapter of space marines that called themselves the Worms of Infernus, and a bunch of primitive mechanical zealots calling themselves the Adeptus Mechanicus. The last stubborn enemy was the Eldar craft world She, and the maiden world of Ureb. The fierce Eldari of old are but a pathetic shadow of their former glory. Just a few sputtering candles slowly being snuffed out by the uncaring winds of the galaxy. I prepared to meet these miserable creatures in battle myself. Deciding which one to crush first would be difficult. Both the humans and orcs had great numbers. The Eldari were few, but they were slippery, and they hardly made for a good demonstration of power. Hardly suitable to make an example of them. As I pondered my next move, one of my overlords and chief advisor Khafra approached. I had heard of his return. He had awakened early, and in the absence of his Faerun, he sought out the Silent King in the void beyond the Milky Way galaxy. I was eager to hear his tidings. He entered my throne room and knelt before me.
Greetings, Meryt-Neith, my Faerun.
Rise, Khafra. I hear you had a restless slumber, and I hear you have some news for me. Tell me, what news from beyond the void? I have heard rumors, but...
All of the rumors are true. The Silent King returns.
Then we shall be rulers of this galaxy once more.
It is as you say, but there is more. The Silent King believes that there may be a way to reverse the biotransference. He believes that after millions of years, there may be some way for us to live as flesh and blood again.
What is the advantage in becoming flesh? Our souls are still lost. What is there in flesh but oblivion?
I do not know. The Silent King keeps this secret to himself, but there may be some way for us to truly live, to be free of the star curse, to live free of the endless, soulless misery. We would forge new bodies and souls for ourselves.
To feel the rays of a friendlier star on my skin, and to walk once again with my beloved. Can yet be restored? Will he be as he was before the war?
I cannot say.
Interesting. I was cleansing the filth from my lands for the mere memory of the times before the war. Now there may be something else. There is a chance. It has been truly aeons since Necron or Necrontyr have experienced something approaching hope. Perhaps the Silent King has merely gone mad, as many of us have over the endlessly slow crawl of the years. But maybe I will walk with Niet again. Maybe in a galaxy that burns and screams in agony. Perhaps we may yet smile again.
No man do they call me. My mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Thank you all for listening to the latest episode of The Price of Eternity. If you like what you heard, please like and comment, as that will help make sure that all of the flesh things will get off your lawn. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe so that you can hear more stories featuring spooky, scary skeletons. And if you have no idea what's going on, you can click on the Price of Eternity playlist to hear the story from the beginning, and that should be on screen right now. And finally, if you wish to support me, you can join me on Patreon for exclusive content, or donate via PayPal if you prefer. I also have commissions open for anyone who would like to hear their stories put to my voice. My contact email and my commission YouTube channel will be posted below as well. My base commission rate is $7 per page of voice acting if you're interested. Thank you all very much for listening. No Man out.